Alrighty, good afternoon, evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Hairymuppet. Welcome back to some Factorio. We're going to be playing some of that here today, and we're going to be replacing this guy with the better ones because we need to get some better assemblers going. We're definitely not using the blue for, I don't think, anything here, really. So 250, let's grab a bunch more of those. Let the base 1.0 fill them up on the background while we're working. So I was just over having a look at my old Mega Base because I got it pretty sweet setup for green circuits working there with all the productivity and speed modules and stuff like that. So we are just going to reuse that completely and yeah, just build up a big section. So we're going to have all of these, this area kind of for green circuit production, and then have some smelting off on the sides and over the top, maybe, I don't know, something. Fit smelters wherever we can, because I think this whole area here we can just use for green circuits. So should be plenty of room to do pretty much whatever we need. And oh man, it's 6:30, but I'm already feeling like I should get a bit. That's definitely too early to get a bit. So we'll just have to deal, I guess. We'll just have to do some stuff. So anyway, I feel like we don't need any more space. I can probably put some more of these warehouses here if we really need to, but I don't feel like warehouse space is going to be a big thing that we run out of. So I just had a look at this. So basically what we need is we need that, and then we need a normal steel chest, and then we need a thing. So the way this works is we're going to be using stack inserters everywhere here. Simply because when we actually get freaking, you know, productivity modules and speed modules and all that sort of crap. Did we leave room for, left a bit of room for speed modules. I kind of want a bit more room for that. So let's go ahead. Leave another 2 spaces. Okay. So yeah, definitely want some room for those speed modules to be underneath and above them. So this guy is going to be Mr. Copper Cable. This guy is going to be a single slot chest, and this guy is going to be Mr. Green Circuits. So now we need 300 of this and 200 of that. If I remember correctly, it's a 3:2 ratio, is it? Yeah, 1 to 1.5. So yeah, this guy goes nuts, constantly doing the cable, and yeah, I think this pretty much goes full speed. I mean, obviously it's going a little bit slow because it's running out of a little bit of copper cable, but you got to remember this guy will have productivity things in it. So the productivity means it will produce more copper cables, and yes, that will end up obviously making that one work beautifully. So let's even that out. Okay, so let's get a bunch of these things set up just like that. 5, 6, and we'll get enough so it, you know, kind of seems good at this point. 2, 3. Now that's going to need another guy over here, but that's fine. And then we do 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And we got just enough room for things above it. So I feel like that's a half decent block to have going for you. All of these are single slots, small amounts. Might have some trains coming back through here soon, but we'll just have to see. It's gone down to 22k and 18k. So not quite. But they'll keep filling those in. Ah. Yes, of course. The thingo things. I'm not sure I built a lot of these actually. 50. Because I never thought I'd be using those, but of course, for some of these setups, you do need to use them. So, yeah. Go over here. 80. Oh, the gears. Alright, well, we'll let it run anyway, because we definitely need a lot of these. Definitely need a lot. And while we are letting those run, let's set up some stuff here. So what we'll do is we'll do a overall sort of thing here. So we need one of these guys. Okay. So you are the total amount of iron in the system. Whoa. Okay, that's not good. Okay, cancel that, because we don't want to include the negative there. We just want to include the logistics network, iron. Come on. No? You're not going to work? You're not going to give me any happiness whatsoever? Oh, you have to be hooked up to this thing. Right. Right. Okay, I suppose we can do that. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. You know what? Let's put some of those signposts up here. There's kind of these poles in the way. But you know what? Maybe we can... So this has negative 10k, but I don't know if the thing feeds all the way up to there. That's interesting. So if we put that up to there... still negative 10k. Okay, never mind. There we go. There's some more copper. So we obviously went down a bit on the copper that was required. Get some more of those things going, please. Whoa. Okay, don't want to do that. Do not want to be building green circuits, especially not when we're building them already. Let's just grab some here. There we go. There's a nice supply of the damn things. I think I was out of red circuits as well, but we'll let this guy build everything that we need. Here we go. There's 45. That seems like a pretty good haul there. Okay. So go up here. Fill them all out. Get you some power. There we go. That should fill all that. I think I've got them all. No, 33. 33 still missing, really? Okay. Okay. Alright. 33. That's 9. Unfortunately, I can't... See, the red circuits. I don't really like making the red circuits, but it's not a lot I can do because I never set up a chest to pull red circuits out remotely. But what I can do is I can just go here. Oh, don't autosave while I'm teleporting. There we go. Yoink. Oh, only getting half a line there. There we go. That is a ton of those guys. Let's pick up some green circuits while we're here as well. And iron gears we won't worry about. So, haven't quite got a base for this, have I? No. So let's just go up here. And we'll have to make sure to set up a teleporter. I'm running a bit low on those guys, but I suppose that's alright. So, need a radar. Might need a few radars for this thing actually, but just one teleporter. There goes another iron shipment. Excellent, excellent, excellent. I suppose this is technically green circuits -01, but meh, who cares? Are we done? Got all of it. Looks like everything's running. They're just running low on resources, but all of the inserters are there, which is excellent. What was I doing before inserters? I was doing the proper deal. The proper deal. Okay. let's do the proper deal. So what we do is, let's build another one up here. Just for the sake of ease. Sake of ease. We need a thing there, and a thing there. So you are read logistics network contents. You are 16K. Power pole. What we could actually do is, don't like that one crossing over there, so we put it to the pole and then up. And this one is fine. Still needs a power pole, but the cables aren't too much in the way. Well, they are sort of still in the way, but anyway. So, what's your deal? Iron. 30,000 in the system. That's fine. That's fine. Now you, sir, are going to be copper. Then you're going to be 16,000. Of course, we've put the pole in front, haven't we? Let's just put that over there. Alright, so that tells us how much iron we have and how much copper we have. What are these guys doing? 32k. So this should technically be a 32, shouldn't it? I think. Yep, should be a 32. Okay, and that is going to be a global sort of thing, and we're going to have individual settings for each station so that we know the how the stations are doing, how full they're getting. Okay, so this is beautiful. We just need to expand it as needed and put in modules when they're ready. And then we're going to have stations, individual stations. Now, because of the way these guys load up, I'm just going to have one station, I guess, to start off with. Okay. Because otherwise, yeah, no, it wouldn't be too bad of an idea to have like multiple stations. It would just take longer to load them, but we'd use up less of them. So, okay, let me have a think here. All right, so, well, there's 200 going in there already, so that's nice. So, train. How much does a train carry again? It's 40 slots per carriage times 200 is 8,000. So, instead of 4,000 per carriage, it's 8,000, which means this guy will carry a total of 32. 32, so 8,000, once again, not divisible by that number. We could divide it by 5 somehow, but sure, it's not a bad idea, to be honest, but yeah, it's not a bad idea. It's really not a bad idea. Because then we would still have it perfectly divisible, and it would load faster. So 8,000 per, and we got 10, so that's 800. Actually, I like this system. I like it because 10 fits in there nicely, and it's exactly divisible by pretty much every single number we're ever going to need. Because I mean it's 10, so 10 is beautifully divisible as opposed to 12, which is a terrible number to be divisible by. Let's go ahead and let's do all of them. Let's do all the stations. Let's do all the requesters for all the stations anyway. If they fill up and we don't use that station, then they'll just be sitting there, but that's fine. Oh, out of these little guys, are we? Done. Okay, so we gotta hook all these guys up, don't we? We have to hook up all the chests. Wasn't thinking about that. That's alright. We can what we can do is we can blueprint one side and then paste the blueprint on top of the already existing chest, and I think it actually pastes the cables. So it goes over to you, and then it goes up to you, and then it goes up to you. Then you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Those robots are really going nuts. So now we go like so. Grab that all the way up to there. Get rid of those because I don't want them to complicate the issue. Get rid of the rails as well. And now, go like this. Paste, paste, paste. So you can see that the cables got pasted for all 4 of them. Yep, 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. So now let's get the number system going up. So we'll do it directly above here. Can't quite squeeze it in there because that looks silly. So each station is going to be 32k exactly. Yeah, I don't mind if it's a different height. Okay, up, 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 up. And then you go across like that to the bottom one. Hitting them from the right hand side. I thought it always hit them from the left hand side, but maybe I was wrong. And then you are just... providers are always easy. You just do the provider threshold, and then you do the amount. Huh. The amount. Of course, the provider threshold is going to be on a different signal, isn't it? We might have to... Because if I got a thing here... Oh, that's right. It's a passive... It's a passive provider, isn't it? It's a provider, so we don't have to worry. There's no negative in here anywhere. There's not going to be a negative thing. So we're fine. We're absolutely fine. Although we should have used green, I guess, because now we're going to have all of our things mixed up. So this is going to go there, and this is going to have the 12k on the red, but not on the green. Shit. That's right. We can either restring all the cables. I think we'll restring all the cables. Let's just do that. Oh no, that's going to duplicate restringing all the cables. Alright, screw that for a joke. Okay. And the reason we can't have this be red is because I don't think you can hook a red up to there. Or can you? You can. I don't think it works though. I think it has to be a green hooking up to that one. So what we can do is get our old friend, the arithmetic combinator, to help us out here. So red goes like that, and then we get the amount of green circuits, and we output it, multiply it by 1, and we output it to here, where it goes onto the green circuit. So now the green array has that stuff as well. And we need to push that over to there so that that gets that right. And you know what? Let's push that up like that and get rid of the red circuits entirely for this thing, because we just don't need them up there anymore. So now what do? We destroy these guys, or we can't destroy them because blueprints don't work for the numbers, but hopefully we can lay them down and then just green cable them, I guess. And we can blueprint the rest of the stuff. And it'll all work out in the end. So Dun, 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 dun. All right. Are you a ghost? I feel like you might be a ghost. You were a ghost, but the other two ones were fine. Okay, so this house now 15k and 32k. That's interesting. Oh yeah, I can see all these chests are really low. I thought it was confusing 16 with 32, but it does seem to be fine. Let's hook that up, hook that up, let's hook that up, and now we've got the first seriously hard-working system. So another iron shipment coming along, excellent. See this, we're starting to outstrip the single station of copper. Almost outstripping it. We got down to about a quarter of our total supply, and then no station supplying copper plate was found. So we're officially outstripping the amount of copper that we're producing. Oh, no wonder we're not even using half of this. All these smelters. Man, all these smelters. Okay. That's fine. We're not going for maximum throughput this early in the game. What we're going for is base 1.5, which is where we will build all of the modules. And man, my hand is not feeling too comfortable. I got the myotherapy this afternoon, just after dinner. I actually had dinner like 5 o'clock because I had myotherapy at 5:30, and man, I got bruises all over my arm because she used some sort of suction cuppy thing. And it's not fun. It's definitely not fun. So, anyway, that's green circuits. Done, I'm pretty sure. We've got 1998. Oh, I've picked up 2, haven't I? There we go. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. So I just got to leave that running with the train stops right now. Just going to let that go. We seem to be doing all right. We're producing a crap ton of green circuits, I'm assuming. 6,000 every minute. Almost 6,000 every minute, which is a lot. 500 every... That's like 100 per second. That's pretty decent. We have a look at my magical spreadsheet. It tells me that I require... That can't be right. That I require 766 per second. Yeah, okay. That's a lot. So 100 per second, not that much. But once we get the productivity modules, this will probably, and the speed modules, this will probably be able to do a half to a third of the total amount we need for 1,000 per second. And then we just dump in another bunch of machines over here and somehow get this set up so that multiple trains can drop off things and we can just say job done. Beautiful. So yes, what else are we going to do this episode? Because that's kind of like a thing that we finished off now. Well, what do we need for speed modules? I guess it's all the circuits of the rainbow. It's going to be green, red, and blue. Green, red, and blue. So, yeah. This is going to be interesting because this guy and red circuits are going to start to fight for copper pretty heavily. Because red circuits, well, 4 copper cables, it's not as much. I don't think they'll be fighting, but they'll want a decent amount of them. Although we do seem to have stabilized with, well, sort of stabilized. We're using a ton of stuff still. Only using about 400 robots, so that's good to know. Good to know that it's not completely clonking all of our robot supplies so far. So, next step I think is going to be plastic, I guess. Because you look at this, it's got everything it needs except plastic. So we need to do plastic. And sulfuric acid is the other bit. That's not too bad. We got water, we got iron plate. Sulfur is something that we obviously pull off petroleum. But that's going to be a completely separate base. We're going to have one base for plastic and one base for sulfur. And they're both going to be big old coal things. So yeah, we can have one over here probably. There's nothing else around here that's going to get in the way. See, I want this one to be plastic, actually. Because it's got... Well, no, it's not going to have copper. Because this copper is going to be used for green circuits. So screw that for a joke. I was going to make the red circuits here so we can like make the plastic and this stuff at the same point. But we're not doing that, so I'm not going to worry about it. So what are we going to do? You know what? There's decent sized coal over here. We got a nice bit of coal over here. I don't think we need a ton of sulfuric acid anyway. So let's just concentrate on plastic right here. Right there. Cancel. Okay. It's a bit of iron. I'm not sure if we want to destroy that iron. Okay. So I kind of still want the T intersection heading off in this direction. Alright. So this iron is not too bad, but it's not necessarily the be-all and end-all of iron. So we're just going to ride over it. We are just going to destroy it or ignore it or whatever. So we're going to put a thing there. And we're going to put another one for safekeeping. Right there. And then we're going to put a T intersection. Heading on up. Rails. Always out of rails. Let's grab some more of these while we're here. 302. Excellent. Rails, 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 rails. That's a lot of rails. We're running a bit low on these guys as well, so let's pick them up. No doubt going to use a lot of them by the time we're through. Lights. Pretty sure I automated lights at some point. Yeah, they should be automated. Was it down here? It's somewhere. There it is. 1,000. Wow, 1,000. That's pretty sweet. Okay, so there's our T intersection. Now we go for station. So we have a look here. Yep, that's beautiful. That's absolutely fantastic. Now we just need to completely and utterly destroy this forest. And we're good. And we can, yeah, maybe call it here, I think. Just after we finish setting this up. So we've basically got the rail bits all set up for plastic. And next episode, we can start actually processing this stuff. Which would be very, very sweet. Yeah. What I might do actually, because we're going to obviously use this. And that requires some heavy oil, doesn't it? As a sort of... So we might have to start barreling some heavy oil up at my base 1.0. So we've got some heavy oil to seed this system with because, yeah, you need some heavy oil to seed it with, obviously. And we'll also need to get coal. No, wait, what am I talking about? I was just thinking we need another stage in shipping coal, and I'm like, you idiot. That's why we're building it here, because there's a shitload of coal. Steam is the only other thing we need, and steam is you use a boiler and you dump in some water and you get some steam. So that is how we do that. Copper and iron going over there, looking beautiful. Okay. So if we go to... No, that's not what we want. Home uranium mine. I don't know if that's closer to the petrol than the advanced solar, but let's set up another teleporter here, simply so we got the option to move over here. Home petrol uranium. Coverex. Okay, excellent. So yeah, need some heavy oil. Give me a thing. I don't... Do I still have... I should still have some blue guys here. Barrel me up some heavy oil. course, we don't have any barrels yet, which is going to be a problem. But I'm sure we can solve that relatively easily, assuming we have steel. Doesn't look like we do. So let's go down. Oh god, our steel is so dead. It's still so dead. I've been thinking that I should cap the amount of solar panels and batteries that I'm making, because yeah, I'm making a ton and I may have made enough. Well, actually, they're getting pretty close to full. Like, pretty close. Close-ish, anyway. How many is in there? 5.6k. So that's enough for 8 times 56 is... No, it's like 7. 7 more of these. Yeah. And how is our power looking? 211. The problem is 7 more of those grids will give us, I don't know, like 10 gigawatts or something like that. And once we get things running continuously with all of the modules, we will easily be reaching 10 gigawatts, I think. So I don't feel like constraining it at the moment. So we're just going to let it run. So I really got to back up if I need it. And yeah, that's going to suck with steel. Looks like I'm siphoning a whole bunch of steel off in other places as well. Probably up here. Probably making... God knows what I just stole a ton of out of the mall. Yep, look at this stuff. Steel chests? Really? I stole these steel chests ages ago. Must be stealing steel over here. No, steel is backed up there. Where's all this steel going? Should be a ton. Are you only just now filling this steel up? It must have been really, really low for a long time. I thought we turned off the freaking debug messages. Debug log. I turned off the debug log. Message level. Errors. Okay. Let's change that. Did that go? Errors. Apply. Back. I don't know if that took or not, but I'm not sure that I want those things to be constantly coming up. Definitely want to turn them off. So anyway, this episode, we're going to do plastic. I think I'm running out of teleporters. I think I need some accumulators. Yoink. Go. So let's go up to plastic, drop that guy off, and then I think we can probably call it a day here today. I feel like we've done quite a lot. Actually, I'm having a think here. Okay, so sulfuric acid requires iron. This has a big old iron store there. Yeah, that's a good point. That is a good point. That's a very good point. The problem is we need plastic right now, and yeah. What does plastic need? Petroleum and coal, that's it. That's a really nice coal vein that we got right here, and we can always ship iron in by train. Look, let's just say we can always ship in iron by train. Now later on, I will leave myself the option of switching this over to be sulfuric acid later on, because most of the machines are the same. All of the petroleum producing machines are going to be the same. The only thing that's different is instead of making it this, we make the petroleum into sulfur instead and add an extra step. So it's fine. It's not a big deal to change this over yet. So I feel like we'll keep this as plastic for now. We got the station set up and we'll get it going. Shit, that's right. I got so distracted. I was going to set up barrels, wasn't I? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3. 10. Okay, that's 200 barrels. 200 barrels. Let's go and let's dump them all in there. Okay. And that should be good. A lot of these are probably backed up, too much petroleum or something, but we should be able to see a decent amount of barreling in the system. Decent amount. And 200 will be more than enough to keep our system going, to keep it knocked up. Okay, that's it for this episode anyway. That is definitely it. So, thank you very much for watching. Yeah, I kind of want to keep playing, but I think this is a good point. Did we? I didn't put the teleporter down. Damn it. Damn it. Green seconds. Okay. Let's go up and let's put the teleporter down. How's this guy going? Copper is a problem. Copper is already a problem. It's just not pulling. Well, it's not smelting as much as it could be. Oh well, we will suffer, or we will do whatever. If it really becomes a problem, then I'll just create another bank of smelters on the copper mine. We'll probably need another bank of smelters at some point, even after we get the modules for them. So that is a-okay. Teleporter. Where's my teleporter? So put that there. Followed by Zerator over here. They're like brother and sister over here. I'm not sure which one's the brother and which one's the sister, but they always go together and they're always holding hands. Excellent. Alrighty, I think that's definitely it this time. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys later. We are on the road to base 1.5, and once I get base 1.5 going, we will start to get modules and we'll start to just steamroll through everything, and we'll put every single bit of resources we can into getting those speed modules going and those productivity modules going, and we will boost the crap out of all these bases. We'll get speed modules going nuts in here. What? This base, man, I swear to God, this base. Radars, need radars everywhere. Okay, so get that radar there, and then we put a radar up here, right next to it. And then we need to destroy this radar because it's no longer necessary. So we go down to green circuits. Oh, look at that! I just appeared there. I can see myself appear on the map. That's awesome. And get rid of this. How do I get rid of this radar without accidentally picking up a bot? That is the question. Got 2 bots. Knew that was going to happen. Alright, we are done. We are done. Thank you very much for watching. Jeez. That train just unloaded 12,000 copper, and by the time it finished, there's only 4,000 left. Alright, I'm done. I'm done this time. I'm not going to keep talking about how awesome this game is, because I've been talking about that for a while. Where are you going? Apparently I had some beacons in my inventory. Sweet. Alright, thank you very much for watching. I will see you guys later.